Good morning, class. This is Sonal, your social science teacher. I hope you all are doing very good. Today we will revise Block 18 and Block 16. Block 18 Festivals of India and Block 16 are Heritage. Be ready with all your essentials and read Block 16 and 18 thoroughly and underline important sentences and difficult words of this block. After reading, you need to answer these questions. Questions are: how do we celebrate Eid, Guru Purab, Diwali and Christmas? How do we celebrate the Independence Day, the Republic Day and the Gandhi Jayanti? And what is the difference between Bihu and Pongal, the harvest festivals? Okay? Pause the video, read the block thoroughly, underline important sentences and come back again to answer these questions. So, how Diwali is celebrated? Diwali is celebrated by the Hindus, people of Hindu religion, in the month of October or November. And the reason of celebrating Diwali is people believe that on this day Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya after killing Ravan and after living for 14 years in forests. So after 14 years he came back his home Ayodhya, and that's why to celebrate the occasion of returning Lord Ram, people celebrate Diwali. And on Diwali people light clay lamps, decorate their house with flowers and rangoli, and wear new dresses, burst crackers, exchange gifts with each other from with friends, family and relatives. And on this day people worship goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh. In this picture you can see. And Diwali is also known as the festival of lights. Diwali or Deepavali is celebrated not only in among Hindu community but also by people of other religions. And what about Christmas? Christmas is celebrated by the Christians on 25th of December as the birthday of Lord Jesus Christ, God of Christians. And on this day people decorate their house with Christmas tree, and Christian people go visit church to pray Jesus Christ, and they wish each other by saying Merry Christmas. And Christian people enjoy eating special foods, cake, pudding with their friends, family and relatives. People sing carols or group songs and exchange gifts with each other, and it is believed that on this day some people dress up as Santa Claus and distribute gifts to the children. So this is how people celebrate Christmas Day. And Eid ul Fitr is celebrated by Muslims, and after a long fast of 1 month, when they finish their fast, so at the end of the month of Ramzan or Ramadan they celebrate Eid. So on this day men visit the mosque for prayer and Muslim people pray to Allah, and women worship at home, and after worshipping they embrace each other and wish each other by saying Eid Mubarak. And on this day kids get Eidi from their elders. Eidi can be gift and money also. And on this day they enjoy special meals together like biryani, korma, sevaiyan and firni. And next is Guru Purab. Guru Purab is celebrated by the Sikhs as as the birthday of Guru Nanak Dev. On this day, Sikh people decorate their house and Gurudwara with flowers, lamps, and lights. People visit Gurudwara to pray Guru Nanak Dev, and after praying, they share the special food blessed by the Gurus called Kara Prasad or Karah, Kara Prasad. Both are correct. And this is Gurudwara. Next, these some national festivals. And why we celebrate national festivals? We celebrate national festivals to remember the sacrifice of our freedom fighters who sacrificed their life for the freedom of our country. And some national festivals like Republic Day. We celebrate Republic Day on 26th January every year because on this day in 1950, 26th January in 1950, our constitution came into action. Constitution means a book of rules by which our country runs. So on this day 26th January we started using our constitution. That's why we celebrate Republic Day. And how we celebrate Republic Day? On this day our special parade is organized from India Gate to the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. And the parade includes march past, song and dance from different states like this. March past, song and dance from different states. And in this way, different states show the beauty, culture and progress of our country. In this picture you can see Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu. These are different states showing beauty, culture and progress of our country. And national festivals are mainly celebrated in government offices and in schools. And how we celebrate in schools? By offering flowers and lighting candles in front of the pictures of freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh. And special programs are organized in schools like songs, dances and drama. In this way we celebrate Republic Day. And in national festivals we hoist our national flag. And what about Independence Day? We celebrate Independence Day on 15th August every year because on this day in 1947 our India became free from British rule. And how we celebrate Independence Day? On this day, our Prime Minister hoists the national flag at the Red Fort and gives speeches. In this picture you can see, this is Red Fort. Here Prime Minister gives speeches and hoists national flag. And in schools, similarly like Independence Day, we offer flowers and light candles in front of the pictures of freedom fighters. We hoist our national flag. And in schools and government offices, people sing patriotic songs and many programs are organized of singing, dancing and drama. And Gandhi Jayanti on 2nd October every year, people celebrate the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi as Gandhi Jayanti. On this day, children are on this day In many schools, children dress up like Mahatma Gandhi and they offer flowers and light candles in front of the picture of Mahatma Gandhi. And people visit Rajghat, the Samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi, and also by singing his favorite bhajan Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, people celebrate Gandhi Jayanti. And Gandhiji is popularly known as the father of the nation, and people also called him Bapu. And what about harvest festival Pongal and Bihu? Harvest festivals are the festivals which are celebrated to thank the nature for giving us food and protection. And some harvest festival like Pongal. Pongal is celebrated in Tamil Nadu in the month of January, and on this day people boil rice in new pots, and cooked rice is offered to the sun god to thank him for a good harvest or good crops. And many other states like West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, harvest festival is celebrated as Makar Sankranti, and in Punjab it is celebrated as Lohri. And Bihu is celebrated in Assam to celebrate a good harvest, and Bihu is celebrated twice a year. Rongali Bihu is most important of all festivals, and it is celebrated in the month of April. And Bhogali Bihu is celebrated in the month of January. And on this day people sing, dance and gift each other a cloth called gamosa, which is a white cloth with red designs, and people enjoy eating special dishes. They sing, dance and celebrate harvest festival Bihu. Now revise block 16, our heritage. Study the block thoroughly and answer these questions. What is material and non-material heritage? Give some examples of oral tradition. Name some built heritage of India. Suggest some ways to preserve our built heritage. So, what is material heritage and non-material heritage? Heritage is of two kinds. Material heritage are the things which can be touched and seen and are physically present, like Gwalior Fort, paintings, Ashoka Pillar, Stoop at Sanchi, the Charminar of Hyderabad, and this is Stoop of Sanchi. Okay, this is Stoop is a hemispherical structural building, and these are our material heritage buildings and paintings which can be touched and seen. And non-material heritage includes the things which cannot be touched, only we can do them as an activity and we can follow them as traditional or rules, like folk and classical dances. Folk means a special thing of a particular place, and songs, drama, skills of people like weaving are beliefs and traditions that we follow during festivals. These are non-material heritage. Rituals we follow during worship. Making rangoli means arts, songs, drama, and dances like Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Odissi. These are some example of non-material heritage. And heritage are passed down from one generation to the other. And give some examples of oral tradition. And what is oral tradition? Oral tradition is those things or beliefs that have been passed on to us orally by telling a story, by showing through puppets, by drama, and skills like weaving and skills of making statues. These are passed down from one person to another orally. And some examples of oral tradition, like stories of epic Mahabharat and Ramayana, Jatak tales, stories of Panchatantra. These are passed down orally, not by writing, only by telling or showing with the help of puppet show, through songs, stories and drama. Because in earlier time there were no printed books available. So that's why. And who were the people passed down the things orally? Teachers, singers, storytellers and puppeteers. And oral tradition includes stories, drama, songs and beliefs and traditions of people, and these are also passed down from one person to another. And some built heritage of India are Taj Mahal of Agra, the Chittorgarh Fort of Rajasthan, the Brihadeshwar Temple of Tamil Nadu, the Sun Temple of Odisha, the Qutub Minar of New Delhi, the ruins of the Vijayanagara Empire in Karnataka, and the Ajanta and Ellora caves of Maharashtra. And what is built heritage? Built heritage are the buildings which are very old, means they can be thousands of hundreds of years old, and they are preserved for so many years. And how to preserve our built heritage, and what are some dangers our built heritage are facing these days? Some dangers like scribbling of the wall because people are not aware, pollution, and throwing garbage around the built heritage, and pulling them down to make factories, buildings or roads. These are some problems. And how we can preserve our built heritage? We can preserve them by spreading awareness among students so that they can appreciate these historical structures and avoid graffiti. Graffiti are the drawings which we can see these days by spraying the walls and by scribbling the walls. People made graffiti which we see on roads, okay? Means which we can see by traveling on the road. And there should be an entrance ticket to visit these historical places. Visitors should be fined for littering the place. The traffic around these monuments should be strictly prohibited or not allowed from emitting smoke. From producing smoke. The government needs to provide funds or money to continue with the maintenance and preservation process. In these ways, we can preserve our built heritage. Okay? So this is the revision of block 16 and 18. Revise the blocks properly. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Please revise the block after reading thoroughly. Take care everyone. God bless.